When Daniel moved into the old duplex on Willow Street, he wasn't expecting much. Cheap rent, a roof over his head, and enough quiet to work nights on his freelance writing. That was all he wanted. The landlord had only one rule: don't open the locked door in the basement. Daniel had laughed at the time. Every old house had some creepy warning attached to it. He shrugged it off. The first few nights were peaceful. He unpacked, set up his desk, and got used to the groans and creaks of the ancient wood. But by the fourth night, he heard something he couldn't explain. Scraping. It came from inside the walls. At first, he thought it was mice. Then it grew louder. Too loud. Too deliberate. Scratching. Dragging. Almost like fingernails raking along the plaster. At 2:17 a.m., just as he was dozing off, he heard it again. This time, it was followed by a low, wet. Daniel froze in bed, holding his breath. And then, clear as day, a voice whispered through the wall right beside him. "I can see you." He tore out of bed and pressed his ear against the wall. Silence. His own pounding heartbeat. The next morning, he convinced himself it was a dream. But the noises continued. Every night, at the same time. Scraping, breathing, whispering. On the seventh night, he noticed something worse. The locked door in the basement. It was not locked anymore. A sliver of darkness yawned open at the bottom of the stairs. Daniel stood at the top step, heart thundering. The air coming from the basement was damp and foul, like rot and old metal. He forced himself down, one step at a time, phone flashlight shaking in his hand. The door hung crooked, splintered around the lock, as if something had pushed from the inside. And in the corner of the basement floor, carved deep into the concrete, were long, uneven scratch marks. Not animal scratches, fingers. That night, the whisper didn't come from the walls. It came from inside his room. Daniel woke to the sound of breathing. Heavy, ragged, standing right beside his bed. He didn't move, didn't open his eyes. He prayed he was dreaming. Then he felt it. Ice-cold fingertips brushing his arm. He bolted upright, turned on the lamp. The room was empty, but the closet door was open. And it had been shut when he went to bed. Inside the closet, carved into the wood, were 3 words: "I found you." Daniel didn't sleep again. He packed a bag, ready to leave in the morning. But morning never came. Because at 2:17 a.m., the power cut out. Darkness swallowed the house. And from the walls, from the closet, from every corner at once, the voice hissed, "You can't leave. You live here now with me." The neighbors called the landlord 2 days later when they noticed Daniel's lights had been off. The landlord sighed, muttering that it had happened again. When the police arrived, they found no trace of Daniel. His car was still out front. His wallet was on the counter. His laptop sat on the desk, screen frozen on an unfinished document. The words typed across it were shaky, uneven, like someone had been writing in the dark. "It's not in the walls. It's behind your eyes." The police bagged the laptop as evidence. But the officer who carried it out swore, as he drove it back to the station, he could hear scratching from inside the trunk.